Hey everyone. Okay, so my apologies for the being a hot, sweaty mess. You'll have seen video footage starting with the Anthrax Persistence of Time video moving forward of a giant project I'm working on in my backyard. I haven't mentioned too much of it going along here. But yeah, so at this point I am here with the video footage for the backyard. Today I am filming this on, May 14th. So this is the video footage you're seeing is where I'm at as of May 14th with filming, or with working in my backyard. Have you figured out what I'm doing yet? All right, been listening to W.A.S.P albums, becoming a big sweaty animal, because I'm going, not this album. All right, this album is The Last Command. Previous album we talked about Like a Beast. All right. It was really cool actually doing the first album and then going into the second album. Digitally remastered, courtesy of Drew as well. So we do have bonus tracks to go through on this. And the bonus tracks actually make a difference for me. And I'll explain when I get there. All right, so the album opens up with Wild Child. Great way to open up the album. Starts it off perfectly. Really enjoy the song. Do I consider it a single? No, but it's the perfect first song on an album because it's the type of song you can easily throw on the radio using the album itself and enjoy the first song. From there, we go into Ball Crusher, which, is pretty much exactly what you'd expect it to sound like with a name like Ball Crusher. Really good song again. Fistful of Diamonds, another one, really good. Now, it's going to sound like I'm going through these kind of fast. In comparison to the first album, a lot of the tracks on this album are album cut tracks. Ball Crusher is an album cut track. Fistful of Diamonds is actually pretty decent. That I could have seen being a single. Jack Action, that one's one I don't even think of when the album's not playing. Widowmaker is another good album cut. Blind in Texas. Okay, I really like Blind in Texas. Blind in Texas, that's a good fun party song. Cries in the Night is a good tune. The Last Command, it's not bad while the album's playing, but I don't think of it too much otherwise. Burning Wild in the Streets is a good tune, and Sex Drive is another good tune. In comparison, when you go 10 tracks here compared to the 11 tracks, I'm going to say 11 tracks that make up the original album, even though technically it was 10 if you don't have the remastered version. There are more album cuts on here with less big standouts for me. Wild Child's a standout. Fistful of Diamonds is a standout. Widowmaker to a degree. Blind in Texas, definitely. The rest of it's just a really good, solid album. Not that they're bad songs. It's just, I don't want to say more of the same, but it's more of the same with a little less differential. It's a little more just kind of metally. You don't feel as much of that kind of hard rock influence in there as you did before. Like when I did the W.A.S.P review, I had mentioned that you could hear Nazareth in there. I could really hear Nazareth in the first album. I don't hear Nazareth at all in the second album. This is definitely more going into the vein of the Motley Crue metal-y zone. I don't know what year this originally was released in. I just have the remaster date on it, so my apologies on that one. But this would have been the same as, this would have been, I believe, before or around the exact same time Alice Cooper worked on and released the Constrictor album, and, Motley Crue. This would have been when they hadn't quite gone into nosedive mode yet, but getting ready to kind of thing. So, that kind of glammy, metal-y side, but not so much the glam, more the metal. That's definitely how I would describe this album, I guess. Really, really good album, solid album. Now, just the two albums back to back. If, first W.A.S.P album versus the second W.A.S.P album, I prefer the first W.A.S.P album. The first W.A.S.P album. But when you mix in the bonus tracks that are on here, which, except for, what is it? Two of them. The rest are all live tracks, I believe. Okay, so the first bonus track is Mississippi Queen. Yes, it is a cover of the legendary Mississippi Queen. I really dig what they do with it. They pick up the tempo just a little bit, not a lot, just a little, give it a bit of a harder, faster edge to it, metal it up. Really, really good. Really enjoy it. Then you hit Savage, which isn't bad. And then you got a bunch of live tracks. You got On Your Knees, Hellion, Sleeping in the Fire, Animal, Fuck Like a Beast, and I Want to Be Somebody. When you mix in all the bonus tracks and I compare the two albums together, I almost like this one better because of the live tracks. Because it's like you get not all of the best of off this album. You get a chunk of the best of off this album on here as live cuts. And the sound quality on the live tracks is actually really, really good. Surprisingly good, actually. Because when you compare it to other live albums that I've recently covered from reissues and remasters and stuff like that, not mentioning any Black Sabbath featuring Tony Iommi, 7th Star albums, the sound quality on this is better than on that. So and that was recorded after this. So, you know, go figure, right? The whole way around, this is not a bad album. If I had a choice, gun to my head between picking up the two albums, I'm going to go with this one ultimately because there are a couple extra songs on here I do prefer. But you would not be going wrong to pick up this album either, really. It's really a good album. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave this one because I don't have really too much more to add to this. Yeah. Drop me a line. What other W.A.S.P albums you guys want me to talk about, look at, whatnot? If Drew's got them, I'll cover them. That's what the comment section's for down below. On your way down the comments, like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications, please and thank you. There's a couple links worth checking out. Otherwise, folks, peace, love, take care.